Afia.
Attention, star seeds. Attention, light workers. Attention, root workers. Attention, conjure doctors. Attention, nature-based faith practitioners. Attention, spiritualists. Attention, diviners. Attention, prophets. Attention, the spiritually eclectic. Attention for those seeking the road less traveled. This is time-sensitive cosmic information, so you might want to catch this. This is time-sensitive cosmic information that you can use in your prayers, manifestations, and other spirit works. Beam up now via this video or the audio link in this video's description box to get this on-the-fly esoteric wisdom. Beaming up now.
Ashe emojibatu Olodumare Bobo Egungun Ara Orun Bobo Orisha for another day to bask in the goodness of Onile's sacred earth. Every day given is very special, and here are a few details, cosmic details, pertaining to how. I'm Ayansa JT Muse, and this is your early rising or your evening settling mystic forecast. Ekule. First, giving honor to your Ori, your ancestral lineages, and your spirit guides for leading you here tonight. It is after 9 o'clock p.m. 23 on 10/23/23, so we got that triple 23 action going, and it's time for your nightly mystic forecast. And I am Ayansa JT Muse, the Black Madonna of the airwaves, bringing you the music, the mystics, and the mojo on your moon-ruled Yemoja venerated moon day. So, how did Yemoja set a beautiful and nurturing environment for you? How did she incubate you in her special breast and nourish you with the wisdom you need to grow spiritually? Well, over here, there was some house cleansings and grocery store runs and meditations and really setting the emotional tone for the next 7 days. And you had some triple 23 energy as I logged in right at 9:23, and it's 10:23 on the year 2023. So that's a triple 5 energy when you break that down. So Oshun essence of love, abundance, and flow is in the midst. Now, mind you, emotional alignment on moon days is not always about processing negative emotions. It's about allowing yourself to feel the great and the positive and happy emotions as well. And today is a day of mastery. Those of you that are listening at the 9 o'clock hour, those of you that are listening at 6 a.m., just hang tight. We're going to get into Tuesday's forecast shortly. But first, let's recap this moon day, because it was some mastery energy here on an 11-2. And we've been called to master our emotions, master our environments, and mastering the emotions could be a bit of a challenge or an extreme joy because it is the first moon day of Scorpio season. And Scorpio season is those deep waters, those deep fixed waters. And dealing with that emotionally, in which ways are you stuck in your ways that need to stay that way? And which ways are you stuck in your ways that you may need to flow some more? Yemoja provides that environment, and those of you that are listening at the 9 o'clock hour got 2 hours and some change to sort all that out. Moon is waxing tonight in Aquarius, so increase your inner knowing, because there's some more water in those water buckets on top of the Aquarian head. So increase your inner knowing when you find yourself delving into your deepest of emotions. And sometimes those emotions can bring back memories, positive memories, negative memories, or memories that just revisit you so that they can sharpen. And how do I put it? When you look back on memories with new levels of wisdom, the same memories of your past can teach you new lessons. Does that make sense? It most certainly does to me, because on the Mother Blue Hues page, which is my Moondaily space only for 222.9 The Mothership, I published a story called The Charred Bible, that will be featured on the Pataki series. And that is a story about a time that was tough then, but better now. And it's about the time that Shango had taken my entire house in a fire and left the Bible. Check it out. I'm my Hansa J. Muse, and this is your nightly mystic forecast. The soul, like an old house, must burn nearly all, from the inside at times until hollow, and tomorrow's time creates prime grounds for renovation. And I answer J. Muse short poem. The Charred Bible. And I answer J.T. Muse Pataki, or Sacred Story. Ibashe Yemoja ati olokun, Orisha essence of water, meditation, birth, wealth, and memory. For this treasure from my sea of memoirs. This is a true story that happened 25 years ago on this day. It was Friday, October 16th, 1998. The day vibrated on an 8, a sign of infinite possibility, and the moon was waning in Virgo. It was the third decan of Libra season, Mandeville, Arkansas. The land my family home was built on belonged to my paternal grandmother, Lorraine. My father had cleared it off in 1996 while we were still living in Dallas, and in the 2 years we were there, I watched a single-wide trailer home transform into a 5-bedroom house with 3 porches and turnip green and potato patches that we grew ourselves. And the land was right next to a double railroad track, one going northbound, one going south. Ibashe Ogun. It was the first time I saw a vision go from a blank space into full manifestation. And I have my father to thank for that. My maternal grandfather had just joined the ancestors a day or so before. I left for school that rising as normal. I almost missed the bus because for some reason I felt this urge to run back into my room and grab my journal. I had no idea that this would be the last time I would see my home again. And we're back. Didn't mean to tease y'all a little bit, but in order to see the full story, you're going to have to catch me on my exclusive private orbit. So yeah, you got to join me on the private orbit to read my diary. I'm Ayansa J. Muse, the Black Madonna of the airwaves, bringing you your nightly mystic forecast for 10/23/23 going into 10/24. So let's talk about what happens when Yemoja passes that time clock to Ogun, when the moon, the divine feminine moon, shifts into the divine masculine Mars, and emotion drop the E and just leaves motion. And this Tuesday, October 24th, 2023, we got some honey covered open roads. Oh, yeah, honey covered open roads. Because the daily numerology adds up to a 5, and that's the number of Oshun. And we all know how Oshun covered her body in honey to make Ogun chase her back into civilization. But she didn't do that to seduce him. She did it because the people needed him. Ashe. It's the first Tuesday of Scorpio season, and the essence of Ogun is about using the tools in your hands to make the most of what you got to manifest what you visualize. Ashe, ashe. It is the 5th Tuesday of autumn equinox, and allow the sweetness of life to pull you deeper into that fold. And what that means is for many of you that have gotten used to being long suffering in the name of righteousness, it's time to allow that righteousness to be rewarded as Ogun opens higher roads for your being, higher roads for your living, and creates a way to remove blockages from your heart that keep you from receiving something good because you're so used to guarding your heart. Know that there's something on the other side of that balance. The moon tonight is waxing in the last house of Pisces. So allow your intuitive self to take action. Put your actions behind your intuition because the 12th house of Pisces is real big on intuition. So allow your actions to channel behind that as you forge forth through another week in October, this first week of Scorpio season. Increase your intent as well because sometimes we can action orient and not really put the intention behind it. Put more of that intention behind it. That's what the heavens put that waxing moon in Pisces there for on that Mars ruled Tuesday. Ashe, those of you that practice Orisha tradition, it's a good time to pay a visit to Ogun. Ask him to remove those blockages and open those honey covered high roads of Ogun Onire. So, those of you that are listening at the 9 o'clock hour, we're still on Moonday's Jams. Those of you that are listening over 222.9 the Mothership's airways, because this is a 24-hour a day, 7-day a week radio station. So when y'all see me in just this one little hour that I do the podcast, the forecast, this is one show on a 24-hour run. So, if you're listening over the Mothership's airwaves, we have some water energy with Bridge Over Troubled Water by Aretha Franklin, followed by Marion Meadows' Deep Waters. So, we're aligning with the waters of old school groove, the divine feminine mothers, to wind down your moon day. If you're listening in on a Tuesday at the 6 a.m., you have shifted into the divine father's masculine groove. And we're just a few minutes away from the rising Bembe to Ogun before we let the divine fathers take the jam all day long. Check it out while I wet my whistle. I'm my Auntie J Muse, and this is your nightly mystic forecast on 222.9, the Mothership, Internet Radio for the road less traveled. Beam up. Green vegetation. Green vegetations. Plant magic. Ibasheo Gun, Ibasheo Nile, Ibasheo Chosi, Heart Chakra, Jazz, Voices of the Fathers, Mars. Welcome to Tuesdays on the Mothership, 222.9. Beam up. And we are back. So, if 1024 is your solar return, first happy solar return, and may the ancestors Olodumare and Olorisha bless you with many, many more filled with Bobo Ire. And that means many blessings. And if you were born on this day, you know I got to do a little bit of zodiac dry snitching on you. Well, you are persevering and determined and sometimes quite obstinate. Your determination of purpose brings you much success. You are a loyal friend and a bitter enemy. You are better liked by the opposite sex, and your love will not be a smooth path, but on the whole, you will be happy. That's really interesting. Because Scorpio energy does deal with the genitals, but we're going to talk more about that on my exclusive orbits and on those blogs. So make sure that if you're not already, make sure you're following all the blogs and you just beam up to the whole orbit. Because, honey, I am Omo Oya, and Oya is always, always, always in motion. And I can't help it, like mother, like daughter. So, there are different things that will be taking place on the blog series as well as the exclusive orbit at different times. So, with the link that I just posted in the comment section, that's your access to see the movies that I have on my exclusive orbit, to even get your hands on my new book that is like my new baby, Headdress First. We're going to talk more about that, and to just book your readings, all your all around digital spiritual growth space. If you want it, Mama's got it right here on 222.9, the Mothership. We got 4 planets still busting the moonwalk on us that are affecting Capricorns, Aquarians, and Pisces more than the other 11 houses. And speaking of, everybody in the other 11 houses, make sure that you are showing your love to Zodiac House 8. Shout out to all the Scorpios out there, and there's some special ones to me. Eba Shay, happy solar return to Mama Naila over the Shrine of the Black Madonna. And to Poet Equality, I almost called him by his government name, but Poet Equality was his birthday. His birthday just passed, so happy solar return to him as well. And all of you that are in the other 11 houses, stop drinking that haterade. It's not alkaline. Go ahead and show all the Scorpios in your life some love as you learn about the Scorpio energy in you. So the 4 planets that we have in retrograde are Neptune retrograding in the house of Pisces until December 6th, so that affects Pisces people. We have Uranus retrograding from August 28th until January 27th of next year. So that's the planet of shakeups, intuitions, and sudden changes. So allow your belief systems to be challenged and adjusted so they can be more natural. All right. We've also got Jupiter in retrograde in the house of Taurus until December 3rd. And that's the expansive planet that usually expands when it's going direct, but in retrograde, it retracts. And retracting in the house of Taurus means a lot of good luck is coming in for those who have planted good seeds of karma. That also affects the Piscean energy as well. And for the Saturn retrograde, we'll be there until November 4th. So we only got about a week and some change left of Saturn's retrograde in the house of Pisces, and that affects Capricorns and Aquarians the most. So take that time to go into those deeper crossroads, get those priorities in check, rewards for self mastery. Because when the planets move backwards, they take us within. And speaking with that, in alignment with Ogun energy, using planetary retrogrades are a great way to remove inner blockages in specific areas of your life. I am Ayansa J. Muse. This is your nightly mystic forecast, and I'm going to play this Ori poem for you that is fresh and brand new off of my new book, The Art of Spirituality Series, Volume 1, Head Dress First. Because before you go into anything, you must first align your re. Get your mind right. I'm Ayansa J. Muse, and this is your nightly mystic forecast. Ori, the poetic incantation, written by yours truly. I painted this a crown lavender for you. Listen. Ori, Ori, voice of the god, voice of the goddess, that slice of Olodumare in you, in me, the spirit, and all living things, Ibashe Iponri. It must be open, open to receive, the first womb in us all to conceive. Downloads. Obedience results in divine tales to be told, and a sight to behold you become. But the ego suffers marriage casualties, so don't run. Surrender, and life gets fun. So come, the sun awaits to caress your pineal. It gets real when your vision shifts. Your soul will sing Aretha riffs as your spiritual gifts get discovered. You'll love it or read.
Ori, Ibashe Bonri, spirit of the consciousness where thoughts and experiences nest, rest, processed and harvest perception, the body, the spirit and soul's constant birth, death, and resurrection. Once erected, discern to protect it, become more selective. Humility makes it, keeps it open, open to correction, and you're a constant painted brush of imperfect perfection. Ori, Ori, the first mind. How eighth and ninth chakras connect to third eyes. And like owls, you'll grow wise. And the pigeons may despise, 'cause it may make you look pompous. But actually it's your compass. Through labyrinths, turn new neural pathways that irrigate your own ways. Of genius. Live and love the God and Goddess embodiment and mean it. Ori. Ori. That light switched on from within, see. Those who seek union with their spiritual double tend to steer around troubles more fluently. Instinct creates distinction between intelligence and imbalanced thinking, and more easily visible are tricksters that come with booty shaking and eyes winking. Choices and actions switch the tonics you're drinking, and you're tasting the sweetness of molasses divine living, and you just shivered if this resonates. So birth the seeds that all your divine mind incubates. Shift the math, shift the math, shift the math, and recalculate a new totality. Ori oni re, that higher reality. Ori, Ori, Olodamare in you and in me. Assisted by the Orishas, speaking through mounted street preachers, forces of our natures, then life becomes a teacher, with blessings in tow for those who keep reaching, to beseech thee, highest you, the highest me. Raise the vibration and the world beams up collectively, so let's just be aligned with Impori, Iponri, Ori, Ori, the lock and the key. Ayasa J. Muse, moon waxing in Scorpio. Ashe. From Headdress First, an overview and workbook for your Ori. The Art of Spirituality, Volume 1, written and produced by Ayansa J.T. Mused. Available now. See the link in my profile. Oh, and beam up to 222.9, the Mothership on Sundays at 3 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time to hear excerpts of this book infused with contemporary gospel and a smooth jazz groove, all in veneration to the King of the Orisha, Obatala. Ashe.
And we are back. So, in case you're just now joining us, I'm Ayansa JT Muse, and this is your nightly mystic forecast, and we're getting to the tarot message part. So, for those of you that are watching on my Instagram at 2229 Tuesdays, and those that are listening over the Mothership's airwaves, you'll be able to catch this reading video version on my YouTube and on my Tuesdaily blog, The Peridot Cultist. So, we have the Three of Pentacles showing up again and the Veiled Lamp, both inverted. Now, 3 is the number of Eshu, and we know Eshu kicks it with Ogud, but Pentacles deal with money. So, with the Three of Pentacles turned upside down, understand that it isn't just your expertise that's going to earn your major abundance. Those of you that are seeking to manifest major abundance, the driving force of the divine masculine is a good thing. It's good to be a hustler. It's good to get up and go get it. As long as your go get is legit, just know that that's not the only fuel that's gas in your engine. You got to make sure that your divine alignment and your divine tasks are aligned with your hustle. That way you don't leave any bad karma in anybody else's cup on the way to securing your bag. And when you do it that way, the abundance doesn't just become a bag, a money bag. It becomes wealth, abundance. And there's a difference between being wealthy and being rich, because some people are so poor all they have is money. Ashe. Ashe. And that leads to the next card, the veiled lamp inverted. Now, with this card showing up next to the Three of Pentacles, that means some of y'all are talking too much. That means be about your action in silence. Everybody don't need to know your next move because the things that are the most powerful and the most effective usually happen when they're done in silence. Case in point, when a woman carries a child, she's not giving an update on every finger that grows and every limb that develops and every time the baby kicks or moves. She carries, she grows, and what goes on inside the mysteries of her womb are sacred to her, the divine, and the child. And when the baby comes out, wow. A lot of that applies to your creative endeavors, to your financial endeavors. Be mindful of who you're sharing your ideas with. That's why the veiled lamp is upside down, because somebody is maybe trying to uncover your endeavors and chances and in hopes of copying. But that would be to no avail because there's no such thing as copying somebody's divine path. So be discreet in all of your circumstances. Because some of y'all got people that's got their spoon way in y'all's grits and trying to find out what you got going on. And in doing that, that's not always the best way to manifest abundance. Flipping the deck, just to add a little deeper clarity, have another major arcane that came up, and that was the crocodile. Yikes. So, with the crocodile coming up, it's just another affirmation of maintaining your silence because everyone is not your friend. As you can see in the card, the person here is holding a hand out to the crocodile like it's a puppy. That's not a puppy, that's a crocodile. You see that as a pet and a friend, and the crocodile sees you as a snack. So make sure you stay divinely aligned as you out hustling and getting your bag so that the spirit world can continue to make it clear that who is there to help you lay bricks on your road and who may be there to try to hijack your energy, hijack your essence off of your road to put it into theirs. There's my tarot message for tonight. It comes from the Comedic Tarot deck. I got to show y'all the back of it. I love this design. And should you need a personal reading, it's all there in the pin site link to beam up to the entire orbit. I have quick questions on the go for 9 where you can send me your questions and I send it back to you in the form of a video, or we can have a live video session. Both of those options are available as well as email readings. I'm Mayantha J. Muse, and this is your nightly Mystic Forecast or your 6 a.m. Mystic Forecast on 222.9, the Mothership, Internet Radio for the road less traveled. Beam all the way up. Did you enjoy the water wisdom here at Mother Blue Hues? Well, then follow me into Tuesday's greenery, the clearing of the Peridot at www.poeticallymuse.org/peridot. That's poeticallymuse.org/PERIDOTPOULTICE. Bet you won't follow me there tomorrow. Ashe. I painted this one green for you. Listen. Ojo es según noonday Tuesday, the sun is high, lush. But concrete city life has Mars in overdrive. I bring the elixir, the medicine, the poultice, from equinox to solstice, viridescent like the essence of the heart's house, you'll notice. A cool breeze for green firestones, peridots relax in the heart of my clearing. So here you go. Sip with delight. And I answer J. Muse, short poem. And that concludes our nightly Mystic Forecast or listening at 6 a.m. Those of you that are listening from the Moonday, night that's 9 minutes outside your 10 o'clock hour Central Standard Time, then by all means stay tuned for 2 hours of love music and my moon nightly vision of what love looks like. Consider it like a quiet storm on magic mushrooms. Also, those who will come visit me on my Facebook page, Mother Blue Hughes. Before the clock strikes 12 tonight, I will be going on there live to discuss some winding down Yemoja moon energies and to talk more with you about the Charred Bible, the other brand new story that I just produced. Those of you that are listening on the Mothership's airwaves at 6 a.m., then stay tuned for the rising bimbe to the Orisha of the roads, of the tools, of the divine masculine, and of war. Ibashe Ogun. Either way, keep in mind that the sky is big enough for us all to be stars. And in the words of George Clinton, free your mind and your ass will follow. I'm Mayanja J. Muse, and this has been your nightly or 6 a.m. Mystic Forecast on internet radio for the road less traveled, 222.9, the Mothership. Beam up. Why does Button keep messing with me? Get me off the air. Thank you. Every day is special. Why not find out mystically how? This is the forecast on your Mystic Music Haven on the airwaves, 222.9, the Mothership. Beam up.